I'm Lachlan McKinnon, the producer of The Commander.
Hello, my name is Linda LaPlante. I am the writer and producer.
Hi, I'm Amanda Burton, playing Commander Claire Blake.
I thought it would be very interesting to try and attempt to do something with a focus of the entire three-parter was set inside the people involved in that incident room.
With this story, we have two different stories that are affecting our characters very personally.
I was first hooked on the series when Linda told me the story. I'd recently become a father, and the story of the child abduction really resonated with me on a human level. The father of the stolen baby is DCI Doug James.
I'm Mark Lewis-Jones, playing DCI Doug James. And the scene we did this morning was shortly after we discovered that the baby's been kidnapped. We were in the hospital and coming out and doing a quick statement to the press. Whoever took him, and begging for them to bring him back to us.
And to have his newborn son snatched right in front of Claire Blake embroils her into being very much on hands with the investigation.
And I think that that's what makes this a very, very gripping story on both emotional and also the puzzle or the thriller element.
Running alongside this is the story of DS Brian Hall, who's hit a bad patch following the death of his wife.
Things aren't going too well. I've just discovered my mother with her head smashed in.
He's been suspended from the police force, and the story starts when we find him at the scene of his mother's murder, holding the poker that was used to kill her.
And it's a very wretchedly sad, emotional part.
Luckily, I'm so drunk that I didn't take much of it in. That's the character, rather.
It really is very touching because he literally went full blast for it and gives an astonishing performance. Yeah.
And of course, I'm now prime suspect because I've been found with a poker in my hand.
He finds himself in this really terrifying situation where he's so drunk, looking back on it, he can't actually remember if he's responsible for it or not.
What did I do?
We have two new cops in the series, DC Marion Randall, played by Shan Brooks.
The character I play hasn't worked with this unit before, and so she's trying to prove herself with them, and she sort of quietly gets on with her work. She's not somebody that brags about how well it's going.
And Neil McGregor, a very funny, big Scottish lad, come in to join the team.
The next time you see me, I shall be 500 feet in the air, travelling over approximately 200 double-decker buses.
Matt Newton's the more experienced of the two, but Marion is by far the more intelligent, and she's the one who's actually responsible for solving the case.
It's been a huge cast, actually, on this one, and each person is so well defined.
Hi, I'm Al Murray. You might know me from shows such as Al Murray's Happy Hour and other TV light entertainment vehicles. I play the betting shop boss in this episode, and it's the first drama I've ever done, and I'm so proud.
Dilys Lay plays Edna Sutton, who's the neighbour to Mrs. Hall.
Who, as you probably already know, is into gambling and has stolen money.
And also Joanne Adams, who plays Doug's wife Zoe. I was on set when they were filming the birth scene, and it's the most realistic portrayal of birth I think I've ever seen in my entire life. It made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up.
And there are two characters that from day one I knew who I wanted. I wanted to bring back to work for LaPlante Productions Chrissy Rock.
I think Adele's done a lot of dodgy things in her life, but I think she's way out of her depth on this one.
I basically wrote a special part for Chrissy, but I always knew who I wanted to play her daughter, which is Jennifer Ellison.
Bit about my character, she's not the nicest of people. She's been brought up in one of the roughest families.
And between the mother and daughter, they combine such humour, but also there's an awful lot of pain and anguish in there too.
We've had a great time, believe it or not. It sounds crazy when you sort of think, gosh, we've had little old ladies bashing each other's heads in and little babies so vulnerable being taken away. How could you enjoy something like that? Well, you do, because it gives great drama. There's also an extraordinary amount of humour and just kind of slightly off the wall stuff, which when you have times like that on a show, you can really fly.
I've had a great time working with director Gillis McKinnon. I've been a huge fan of his work, and it's just been great to have the opportunity to work with him.
His directing's been really spot on, very interesting to watch. The way he's handled all the scenes and brought something very fresh and very real to each one.
It's really great to see the way he works with actors and just brings the scenes on the page to life.
Which is why I think this Commander is going to be the best yet.
Oh, that's little pickups we can do.
Hawker coming in, smack